Welcome to the K-pop Top 5. K-pop Top 5.
Top 5.
Hello, everybody. We're back. I am Ms. DJ McIver on all socials, and I'm back with
Angelica, AMW Loves on all socials and my website.
Yes. Here we are. It's the K-pop Top 5. I'm not going to be giving a number to these things. It is the final. No, it's not. The third week in July, the 17th. It's another week, another set of K-pop Top 5 picks and our non-K-pop picks. And what are we talking about today, Angelica, in our bonus track?
We are talking about something that every K-pop fan must go through. K-pop renewal, K-pop contract renewals, specifically this week with Twice.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. It kind of came out of nowhere. And really, I was like, this is a light news week. Then that happened. I was like, now this is a big deal, but is it that big of a deal? And then there was nothing else going on, really. And very, like, we can talk for a little bit about this. This is one of the first big non-renewals, actually. This is similar to Blackpink. And yeah, it's similar to Blackpink, but you know, Twice once is maybe they were not expecting it so quickly.
Well, we'll get to more of that later. I think we should kick it off with the bops of the week. So DJ,
all right,
what has made your list for this K-pop Top 5?
Okay, number 1 on my list is Sunmi, Forever July. I loved it. I love Sunmi. I love her. Period. Plain and simple. Again, if you want to talk about up and down artist, top to bottom, she thinks about every single point. What is her color that she can bring in musically that is trendy, but also just where sonically she's at. And sometimes she's like, here's a single. You cannot forget me because I'm always working. I'm always making something. And this one, Forever July, it's this wonderful little trip hop kind of musical fantasy. She's got in the music video, just her music videos are always stellar. She's giving you beauty shots. She's giving you like a little bit of a fashion moment and the choreography. And the concept for this one is just a rainy little umbrella routine. And I love an umbrella routine in K-pop. I really, and not even just in K-pop. In pop, the pop girls, you always have to have an umbrella number. And now this is her umbrella number, and I love it.
And I mean, Sunmi loves a prop. You know what I mean? So she, and of course, in terms of Angelica being everywhere, I was there when she performed at Town Hall. Back when we could do high touches, but unfortunately she had the flu, so it was more of a high wave. And this was pre-COVID, obviously, because she had the flu and we were still allowed to go meet her. So, but she was super sweet, super tiny, but always knows how to show up and show out and perform.
Yes.
So speaking of those who, would you like to add one?
Yeah, I actually saw her in the tour right after COVID, and it was at Terminal 5, and great. A girl who can really turn the crowd in Terminal 5 to me, because you have to make all those people walk that unbearable distance, like to and from the venue. Those are the ones where, okay, someone like Sunmi is going to put on so much of a show where on that walk back, I always see like the same girls coming in and out of those shows who are just like Fiona Apple. I will see Fiona Apple at Terminal 5, and I'll see the same girls at the Sunmi, at the Mitsuki, at whoever is there. And I kind of love that. That kind of like her fans. Yes, because I'm one of them.
And speaking of Terminal 5 as a venue, because as you know, we've been there many a time, not just the walk to and from any public transportation, but also I'm very tall, thank the Lord. So I stay on the ground floor. There are some souls who brave the staircase all the way to the top. So you need to have someone that you love in that venue in order to really make it worth it.
Yes, yeah, because yeah, I choose to be on the ground floor. I choose to be at the very back next to the bar so that I can have a drink because being around all these people who are just kind of being a little bit too at the Sunmi, it was everybody who had their camera phones in the air and I was like, is this really happening? But
Yeah.
also, she was like, turn on the lights and we're all going to do that and I was like, yes, let's do that. And that was a magical moment. Only a magical girl can really
Yeah.
captivate an audience like that.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Speaking about magical girls and being outside, my K-pop top
Ooh.
5 pick is "We Don't Go to Bed Tonight" by Young Posse. I've seen
Okay.
I've also seen Young Posse live. It was Head in the Clouds, New York. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it was 2023 or the year before. I do remember the DPR live was there. So you do that math and that timeline how you need to, because I'm like, it was
I
a Forest
think
Hill
that was the
Stadium.
first one, right?
Mm,
I
yeah,
could
I
hear
think it
it
was.
from where I live. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So it was "We Don't Go to Bed Tonight," which is like such a cool like synthy dance track. And something that I love
Mhm.
about this single is that it's not just a single. In the EP, they have different lines for each part of the song. So they have like the bass is separate, the vocals are separate. And for me, the synth on this song is more than an earworm. It is an ear parasite. It will go in your head, it will never leave. I love the synth on this song. And Young Posse, of course, always brings like hype vibes and like, "We don't go to bed tonight, dance." And it's just like super fun. And like, do I wish the song was a little bit longer? Yes. Do I wish there were a few remixes by some popular DJs that I love? Absolutely. But for what it is, I'm loving "We Don't Go to Bed Tonight" by Young Posse.
Oh my gosh. Uh, Thank you for saying that. When I was coming up with with my list of picks, I was like, oh, I really, really do miss a full like song from beginning to end, like with a first chorus, a second chorus, a bridge, a final
Mhm.
chorus and maybe even a dance break at the beginning or at the end. Like I do miss the time when we could do that. And the problem though is that especially for live shows, what will end up happening is a verse is going to get cut and you're always going to have like the fan chatter about, oh, well, they cut the second verse and that's where blah blah happened. And now such and such doesn't get as much screen time. And so, actually, I'll start that to use MBLAQ Smoky Girl as my number 2 pick. MBLAQ. This is a boy group where, as far as concepts go, you cannot copy them. And every now and then, you know that, well, and you know that you're working with a really fun group when it's now maybe 15 years since the song has come out. Because I remember this had come out almost right as I was getting into K-pop, or right as I was moving here. Right as I moved here, I think, when this specific song, "Smoky Girl," came out. And no, we were already dancing at I Love Dance. Cry and two other songs that there's 3 songs that I always am going to for MBLAQ where I'm like, oh, I have to hear this again. Smoky Girl is like the third. But in terms of the concept of the music going on, the music video, the music genre itself that we're choosing, the dance style that we're choosing, and then a boy group where every single member is giving a completely different vibe, but
Yes.
then all of their voices are somehow in the same genre. And
Mm,
so everybody is working their like specific look so well all the time while also having these very fantastical uh feminine and masculine, sexy, like we're doing leather and bondage suits, or we're doing
mhm,
blouses because we're gonna jump into the water and have like a
mhm.
merman concept with metallic. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're always doing something crazy, and then the vocals are pure deliciousness, and everyone is mugging for the camera. Period. Smoky Girl, the choreography is intense, but it's romantic, but it's seductive. I really, 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 really love this song.
Well, the thing is, this little thing I'm going to say does not connect to any of the songs in my top 5, but it
Mhm.
is something that I miss. I miss when K-pop had themes. And like we kind of and we do have a taste of it on the girl group side, I would say, like for example, D, like that is more of like that Halloween kind of like vampy vibe. But I miss like not just simple concept. I miss like theatrics. Like the
Yes.
you running ah like do you know like the days? Like I miss like a
Mhm.
really theatric concept. I mean, Vic's the kings of concepts. Like my goodness, I miss when K-pop had
Vix.
those theatrical concepts. But you know what? Even though it's not super theatrical, it's still a vibe. I'm gonna go with Lee Min-hyuk. We also know him as HUTA Online. KO
Yes.
from his most recent EP, but not just the regular KO, the Rush version. Why? Because I love EDM.
Mhm.
KO Rush version is definitely, talking about how he's a knockout. He's going to knock them out because, he is who he is. And with those muscles, I'm not going to try it, but I will try it if you know what I'm saying. But it's just like, the whole beat is very like for bass heads, very dubstep. And then we kind of get into a bit of a dancey vibe. So it kind of alternates between more dancey, more dubstep, but it's still fun. I mean, Icy Spicy is a good song, and I almost put that for this week, but then I heard the Rush version of KO and I went, sorry.
I do love Icy Spicy. He had been teasing it a little bit. And I was like, ooh, I like this. And then I think I
Mhm.
saw the dance video. I was like, oh, I think I really like this.
Mm.
But yes, I'm glad that you picked something from this album because actually I really do like it. And there is a muscular blonde boy who can really sing that for me somehow and K-pop has become a concept that I just love. I like he kind of does everything very, very well, and he's very just kind of like, oh, I'm just here, happy, blah blah blah, and it's just he's kept his same personality while gaining all of this muscle, and then also doing this kind of music too that's just super it's
Mhm.
not at all what was happening in B2B. So it's like, oh, this is what you wanted to be doing. I'm like, I love that he has carved his own little identity and niche
Mhm.
outside of the group. And I personally, every single one of those boys in B2B, they all nailed their concept and all of
Yeah.
them are always delivering.
And actually, speaking of muscular men who know how to perform, there's a particular one
Mhm.
coming back very soon. I
I
am
know,
so
yes.
excited.
That I am. Yeah, it's gonna be a pick for next week for me. That's what I know. I heard that
We
I
might have to
put the
split the pick
teaser
because I'm
on.
ready.
Yes. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
he's been teasing that he could do something like this, but he's purposefully not doing it.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
felt like, are you really just thirst trapping us all the way through until after you get out of the military and then you're just gonna and then he was talking a little bit
Mhm.
about and I love that we're being very, very like not talking about who this person
Yeah,
is, but it was very, very
we all
clear.
know. Yeah.
We all know. And he was on what was it, the Zach Sang show talking about
Yeah.
how he blew out his voice singing. I was like, you ain't gotta do all that, baby girl. Don't do that. You you can just
Stay in your
take it
range
easy.
and do what you
Yes,
do.
yes. And
Yes.
I think he's like, fine, here we go. And I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's here. The ultimate pop fantasy for this type is finally here.
Mhm.
I cannot wait. Can't wait. Musically, he is actually unmatched, unrivaled, in a very MBLAQ way, in a very B2B, in a very like all of the boys in that generation. That was the thing where almost two or three of the people, four maybe sometimes, are singer, artist, composer,
Mhm.
visual line, can do the thing, and has actually a very specifically ambitious like spirit.
Oh yeah.
Soyeon is like that as well, where it's just like, oh, I have to have it. Sunmi is like this as well, where it's just
Mhm.
like I have to have it my way, and I know exactly the way that I want to present myself from
Yes.
the hair down to the the shoes that I wear. to the BPM, all of that. He's always making sure. Cannot wait. And I think very specifically in this kind of way, I guess he also is in this genre, or this genre of idol, this like year range. WOODZ, Human Extinction. Talk about concept switch where you're just like, all right, I tried the idol thing, and actually this is the kind of music that I'm actually good at. This is actually the kind of music that I want to do, and I'll go to the military because maybe you guys aren't gonna like it. And then everyone's like, no, we love it, we love it. What's going on? And he came back now with an album, and the music has been really, really, it's rock. I love it. I love this kind of rock vocalist in Korea. This genre of male singer just in America. I don't want to say it doesn't exist anymore. It's that it's very, very rare to be seeing it consistently on stages, where it's, given a national platform like
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say it's harder to find in like the mainstream, much harder.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And there is an appreciation in Korea for a very specific kind of singer. And this is his voice, this kind of thing is what always has me being like, yes, this is the reason why I'm actually over here. These girls are singing really, really for real.
Oh my goodness. I mean, speaking about these girls who know how to sing, and especially, with the journey that they've been on, it's almost like they're running away. So my next pick is Runaway by RESCENE. And I know you're like, isn't it RESCENE? Let me say, I looked at the Hangul and I went, that's not RESCENE. That's RESCENE. Okay. So I was like, oh, they're your reason for loving music again. I mean, they're so fun. I mean, I'm still new to them. So just like, but I am still new to them. But even with that, like the song Runaway, of course, it's like, hold my hand, let's run away. Like I want to run in a field in a floral dress. I get it. But at the same time, as much as we've been talking on this podcast for, as long as it's been alive for a few weeks, like a girl group that has people with personalities. These girls have personalities. Yes. And you could say it's the one the companies told them to exude and shine and whatnot. We can get into the nitty gritty of that another time, but there's a personality to be found, and it's so refreshing. And I mean, I really like the song. I was like listening to it while I was curating everything, and I was just like, oh, this is a nice little you could get your work done song. This is like I'm in public transit going down the street song. This is I just want to chill eating a bag of chips song. It's just a very, very nice song.
Yeah, I also do want to talk about like their spiraling popularity that's like culminating in them going viral for doing a remake of Kara Pretty Girl. I there's something going on with them that again is another thing that I love about K-pop, where sometimes by sheer will of like charisma, a girl group really will snatch everybody's attention, and they are just gonna be the next hottest thing, and it seems to be happening with them. So I do want to like kind of do a rabbit hole of like, all right, what happened here? What's the order of all of this? And then talk about it, because there's something very, very, very cool. Because I was watching the performance of them doing Pretty Girl with Nicole just because I love Nicole, and there's not going to be a moment where I'm not going to watch her performing live, because and then she has that same kind of personality where you're magnetic, and I want to see how you are going to perform this music. It's just delightful to see you, and that's kind of how I'm feeling about them, and it's really lighting it up right now. They're like really having a moment. Yeah. Girls who are also having a moment, well, they actually have had their moment. We actually talked about it when we were talking about aespa a couple of weeks ago. But for me, I can't shift out of my like cunty girl phase too quickly. I have to as you can see, my playlist is now becoming the girls are light and airy and the boys are kind of soft and sexy or yearning. One of those two. and it's me kind of switching things up. Luckily, thank you, Sunmi. Now I can do Lemon Tongue by Hearts to Hearts. So we were talking before about how aespa had Lemonade, and Lemon Tongue came out very much the week after that, but they were giving completely different energies. But because I came back to Red Velvet, Red Flavor, now I'm like, actually, no, I need to go back to Hearts because also with
Mm-hmm.
Twice in the contract renegotiations, I was like, oh no, now I need my 9-member girl group. What's gonna happen? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm like, okay, it's Lemon Tank time, and I finally like kind of dove into the song. Music video, whatever. I don't really care. It's an SM music video. We know what's happening here. They're
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. They hit the choreography well. It's a fantasy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the performance. The SM quality of performance, these 9 girls, especially with Focus. Focus really was like, oh, you gave me a cunty bop in the middle of wintertime. I cannot conceive of what's happening.
Yeah.
And now they're switching it up and doing that SM kind of summer song that it's supposed to be refreshing like juice. We already talked
Mm-hmm.
about it with Red Flavor, but this is their the quality of their voices give that tang, that pinginess. Yeah, I love how musically we do something similar that aespa used to do with their kind of jazzy little breakdowns, and it happens off of this wonderful just note going into the bridge, and then musically we go on a wonderful little journey. We're back to having a bridge. Like, talk about how in a 2.5-minute song they managed
Mm-hmm.
to do 2 verses,
Mm-hmm.
bridge, and a dance. Like, this song is fast. This song is
Oh yeah.
fast, and it is a musical journey held together by this lovely, bouncy, and flowy choreography so that they have this very also nasal and pingy vocal. So it's this dreamy, like tangy textured song.
Mm-hmm.
SM is very good about having the whole entire concept visually, performance wise,
Yeah.
vocally, all hit in a space
Oh
and
yeah.
creating those spaces, and they really, really nail it in the park here.
Well, speaking about concepts, I feel like in terms of agencies, like SM knows how to do concepts. Like
Yes.
you know what you're expecting from a JYP artist, and you know what you're expecting from like a YG artist, and even now with like Hybe, to a certain extent, not really including Pledis or big hit artists, but like Hybe, you kind of know what you're gonna get in a certain realm. But like with SM, like for example, they are in a way the blueprint for like I Got a Boy with Sonoshi there. Everyone was like, wait, what breakdown was that? Like where did that come
Yes.
from? You know what I mean? So like SM, and again, like as much as sometimes I'll talk crap about SM for other reasons, SM Entertainment knows how to do a theme, they know how to do a concept, they know how to hit the target. And with Lemon Tang, especially, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, is this what they were gonna try to propose to Red Velvet? And they were like, nah, we're good. And then they were like, well, we have a new girl group to give it to.
Yeah. And that makes me very thirsty about what is Red Velvet, because musically Red
Yeah.
Velvet has been going in the most perfect direction for them, and they're coming back very soon. All 5 members. I'm thirsty to see what their producers are really. The producers at SM musically are in a spot that uh, it's almost like nothing they do is bad,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing they do is bad, and everything is slightly magical in terms of lushness of what's going on in the production of it, in the atmosphere of it all,
Mm-hmm.
the soundscaping of it all.
Yes.
That Red Velvet are the queens of that, and
Yes.
I might explode. I might absolutely explode.
Well, especially with SM, it's like something that I love seeing from like, and not like every single songwriter I've seen it from some members of songwriting or production. Like, they're like, oh yeah, SM flew me and 20 other artists out and producers, and we had like a week-long writing camp and producing camp, and like to put that actual investment into garnering global talent and be like, we're gonna have a kumbaya for a week, and we're gonna make a bunch of bops. And like that's how you get, those earworms and those chart hitters, because it's like they're like, we have the money, and instead of other companies who shall not be named for doing embezzling and some weird things with some money allegedly, SM is like, if we do any weird investments, at least we're also doing practical ones into our actual artists. So,
Yes. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. By cultivating really good artists and knowing that great art is made communally by people, and you can't AI that away. You just can't. You
Mm-mm.
just can't. Ugh, no.
Well,
Ugh.
what, from all this lemon tang, I think I need a little bit of ice to really wash
Oh.
this down. So the next song on my K-pop top 5 is Ice by P1 Harmony. This song, like, when I heard Ice, this is actually before Bodily choreographed to it. It was the first song that made me want to choreograph again, which I actually did do and tried it on a few of my friends. And I quickly realized my stamina is not what it used to be, but I still got to execute my idea. So thank you. One of those friends being someone who we've also named on this podcast, Kyle Waves. So thank you for
Oh.
being one of my guinea pigs for this choreography. But I just play P1 Harmony. It's just like, it's again, like even P1 Harmony is actually a group that like, they don't have. Well, actually, no. They're upcoming comeback. Have you seen the teasers for those? I'm like, that's about to be a theme because they have like blood, bandages. I'm like, all right. But other than that, like, and I'm not knee deep in P1 Harmony fandom. I'm kind of like on the surface of like, ooh, what are they doing over there? But for me, like this seems like it's one of those things where it's like, why do you make the best bop the B-side? Like, give me, like, I would have loved this to be more of like a title, like front runner, but it's also just like, it's just so good. And it's just like, do I want to one day remix Ice with Water from 17? Absolutely, I do, because I can just ice, water, da, da. Like I have it in my head. I got the deck over there. I got to learn how to use that thing first. And I have editing software, but I love just the concept of those two songs coming together. But in terms of Ice P1 Harmony, love the song.
P1 Harmony, yeah, I also agree. They're a group to me where the B-sides are almost always better. But not to say that the title track isn't bad either,
Yeah, it's
but
not.
it's like, yeah, it's just like their company always chooses one song to be like the main thing, but then I always feel like
You find that Easter egg. You're like listening through, and you're like, okay, I love the title track, and then you're like, this wasn't like, you know what I mean?
yes, yeah, always. And then that's the one that
Yeah.
will always kind of have like at
Yeah.
some point in that year a performance. I'm like, yeah, I thought so. You guys really like this one better. Or they end up on tour and it's very clear which ones they love more. I uh, I have used P1 Harmony, I think, quite a lot at Diet Dance. So I'm not too much into like the fandom of it all either. But okay, yes, it is the Kehoe group. That's how I think of that group because I think Kehoe is the one who's making these songs. I think so.
Yeah, he's a part of it, and then he's also from Canada. So like,
Yes, yes, this girl knows what she's doing. And
yeah.
I very much trust P1 Harmony. I think just talk about the viral girls with personality who are very much all up in these TikToks and all up in the fandom in a healthy way. I hope it seems like in a very healthy way and cultivate the fandom very well. Not
Yeah.
trying to play dumb, but also is not taking a whole lot of shit from
Yeah.
the fans either. And
Mhm.
I just viral for being very, very frank and just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Kehoe, amazing. Love, love, love them. Yes, there's a concept, there's a choreography, there's a music video. It's questionable the, what is their entertainment company?
FNC.
Oh, okay. Well, there we
Well,
go.
that's the thing. It's like, given their company, I think that's what makes me more shocked about not only their direction, but also in a way their success. Like I knew that,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where it's like that entertainment company. If you have not been around for the long haul, go on a deep dive. but consider it like, for example,
I
like
don't
when I
like
think back in the
them.
day from like FT Island to P1 Harmony and like SF9 is somewhere in there, like
AOA. Talk about really fumbling how to manage a group
Yeah.
is
That's,
AOA.
well, that's hard.
That group has me heated
Yes.
because talk about girl groups that nailed concepts and had
Yes.
talent, and you
Yes.
simply fumble the bag by mismanaging your talent because you're cheap. That's FNC.
Well, that's where I feel like, and of course, like, I'm not working on staff. I don't know the exact behind the scenes. But that's where I feel like, at least like from my perspective, Kehoe has some sort of an opinion of like, we're gonna do this. All
Yes.
right, all right.
Yeah.
It's like he
Yes.
could take the steering wheel and be like, I need the funds, and I'll do the rest. Like,
Yes.
and they're like,
Yes.
okay. So it's just
Mhm.
that's what I'm just excited for the comeback too. I feel like the next couple of weeks we're gonna have some good top fives with some
Yeah.
stuff in there. But
I think so too.
the party's not over because what's your next and last top 5 pick of the week?
My last song is this
Mhm.
conversation has gone up and down. It is the new song of the week, actually. It's Gilset, Chat. Gilset is back. I am
Yeah.
happy for them.
Yeah.
I love all of the members individually. They nail it. They have it. Talk about 4 girls who all individually nail their concept. Musically, though, I don't know I don't know what these verses are doing. These lyrics, I don't even, bad, 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 bad.
Don't pay attention to
It's,
that.
yes. So instead, what I had to do, next I went to the music video, and I was like, okay, so what's going on in the music video? I'm like, I love their concept. They've been teasing it. It's very much my kind of concept. If you can't tell, this is my concept 100%. But then because the song is so weird, I was just like, what is happening? And like the music video doesn't show a whole lot of the dance. And so I was like, all right, well, where I know I'm going to be sold, it's going to be on the live performance. And JYP also knows this. And so that is why they are performing live and promoting in Korea this time. And so if they're going to be in these KBS, in these streets on television promoting, they're going to eat these girls up because this dance, great. JYP is never going to give you a bad chance, not in one day of their life. And that's where you can tell what the musical concept was from JYP's perspective about what styles of music individually these girls all nail. And so you get that genre in their parts of the song and those parts of the dance. Those girls are nailing different styles for each of their parts every single time. And that's the part where it's like, you can't tell them nothing because on this stage, individually in their parts, they are like, oh, like they're like fire. They're like, ooh, just everybody has this, everyone's radiating star quality. And that's where you can be like, we don't know what to do with these lyrics, but we know what the song is going to do. And we know what the choreography for this song is going to do. And they are selling it. This choreography is so good. It starts off very awkward because the song is awkward. Those verses are awkward. But then as we hit those choruses, man, those choruses are so good. The choreography for the chorus rides the beat. So fun. And then I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I'm sold on, I want to do this dance. This is a dance I want to do. Please,
Oh, yeah.
please, please, please. Yes.
Well, the thing about not Girl Set, but the thing about JYP in general, and this comes through even in like Twice's English songs. If there's one weak point for JYP Entertainment, it is their English music library that is not specifically written by an English-speaking member of the group. When it comes to those English songs, I hear those verses and I'm like, this is like you put Korean into Google Translate and then just read it off the page. Like this is very exact. Like there's a little bit less of that groove, that rhythm. It's very like, I want to take you to the store and then we'll go after the store to the, and it's like, oh, okay. We're like, okay.
Yes.
But outside of that, and this might be me stirring the pot a little bit, I almost feel, and this really, really banks on JYP playing their cards right, because they didn't when GOT7 had Just Right. They should have gone to KCON that year. that's another thing for another day. But when it comes to this, I feel that almost energy of like that BAP BTS moment where it's like because of everything that's going on, like Cat's Eye, I mean, no, and it's like yes, Cat's Eye's gonna be successful because they're high and and backed and whatever. But I feel like Girl Set, if they play their cards right, they can just and like just move up to that level or even higher than Cat's Eye if they play their cards right.
And it all hinges on them coming out with a good song. Like, I'm kind of shocked with this comeback because Tweak was so good.
Mm.
I was like, oh, you guys really
Mhm.
did a K-pop thing, but with not Korean girls, so it comes off less weird. And they, during the promotion of that with the So Weak performance that they did on iHeartRadio, I was like,
Mhm.
uh-oh, you could be doing this thing where you're educating the masses, re-educating them on some good music through these girls who know this music on a
Mhm.
cultural level and
Yes.
can really convey that. But then we got this K-pop song, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Why now? No, 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 no. But then you do this by delivering. They could do anything. But it's like,
Mhm.
all right, we can only do this once.
Yeah.
Don't expect this kind of, oh, we have to have a gnarly moment and
No.
give them choreography that very clearly in those verses look like they're trying to have a gnarly moment for each of these girls. And
Mhm.
it feels too manipulative to
Mhm.
me as a as a music fan as a music fan from a company that is known to make good music, even when it's challenging, I would say, like, even within Mix, the part of OO that I liked is that it attempted to do something.
Mhm.
And the musical quality of all the girls in that group, but especially Lily, like, you're able to really sell anything because you have real musicians that are put in positions to really dictate things or set the tone for things. This group,
Mhm.
these girls got it to like really maybe take care of the English themselves. I think
Mhm.
maybe they can do it. So I
Yeah.
think maybe you should let them write their stuff a little bit. It might be in their best
Yeah.
interest.
Oh, or pull an SM and go like because it's like because technically like JYP did step down from JYP, but I'm like
Yes.
I feel like there's an upper level manager that can make a phone call and go, hey, can you come over here real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that could happen. And you know what? Once they call JYP, he's gonna took 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 on that door. And so that leads into my last K-pop top five pick, Tok 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 by Boy Next Door. So yes, I know Boy Next Door isn't under JYP, it's under Hive. But this song,
Yes.
I was like, because the thing is, like, I've seen Boy Next Door live at music festivals before,
Mm-hmm.
and even I still wasn't expecting this kind of a song to come out of that group. How I experienced Boys Next Door or Boy Next Door is more like that, like refreshing young 20s, like blue jeans and a striped shirt. And this song is more like hip hop. Like, I mean, it's almost like you put these boys on Show Me the Money and told them to do a hip hop track, but not in like a bad way, but in a, oh, I didn't expect that kind of way. I'm feeling it right now. I think it's a good track. So, and again, this is another group where it's like I'm not knee deep in the fandom, but I'm like, maybe I should learn some names. I'm like, but it's a vibe,
Okay. Boy Next Door is KOZ under Hype?
aren't they?
That
Let me go.
Are they? I don't that I lost track. It is. Wow. I lost track
Yeah,
of when
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
that happened. Of all the subsidiaries, I truly don't know all of them. Wow.
Yeah,
This
because
is
it's under
Zico's.
Zico's label, and then it got acquired by Hive. Yeah,
Okay. So but they weren't a part of Hype before. With Boy Next Door, were they? Was Boy
I
Next Door made under Hype? Under the Hype, under the
I know they
years
were
with Hype.
produced by Zico in the start, but I don't know if that was after the acquisition or not. So
That's
that's the
that's
history. I
the
got it.
part. Yes, because I've been like lightly following them because I do follow what Zico is doing because musically I do enjoy what he does. General,
Speaking of
actually,
last
not even
week's
generally.
controversy content,
Well, so there's that
I
as
know.
well. So
Well,
it's more
that's the
like
thing.
I
I feel similar about Zico. Yeah.
yes, yes, and so there is like a mild controversy with this song because it does sound like Kendrick Lamar, and so it's like very
Mm,
much like, I'm not. It's interesting that they took this turn, but it did get them a lot of renewed. It made me think about, okay, who's this group again? Because I have been hearing a lot about this song this week, and I have listened to it.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I like this song. Yeah, I liked it
Yeah.
when it was Kendrick Lamar. And do I expect this from Hive? I kind of do. And do I expect this
Mm,
from Zico? I kind of do. So it's like, but I do like the song. So it's just like that's just where we are right now. And I'm like,
yeah.
not a bad song though. And these boys are talented, and they did need to pivot out of the beginning. They are just out of the beginning phase of that. Oh, you got to do the fresh boy with the suit and the tie and the jeans and the t-shirt and
Yeah.
all of that. And now you have to make that hip hop shift to be like, I'm like
Yeah.
a growl situation
Mhm.
or
I'd even say
a
17 with some of their earlier concepts.
yeah, I would
Like
say
a little
maybe
bit.
this was
And
like Boom Booms that was their attempt at that, and not even attempt, like they really that was the concept. It was just like, oh, we're wearing bomber jackets and all of that, but musically, wait, it wasn't Boom Boom, was it?
like 17
No.
really did. I mean more of like that young refreshingness, like I can
Yes,
like that kind of vibe. Like that was kind of like the initial Boy Next Door phase, and now they're kind of
yes,
pivoting almost into like yeah, I feel like the
Teen
best
Boy
example is
Next
like Show
Door.
Me the Money because
Yeah,
yeah, Boy
yeah,
Next Door because it's
yeah.
like it's Zico, so it's Show Me the Money. That's what it is.
Yeah. Like debut them doing this
Yeah,
fresh boy thing that's cute, but then once they get to be doing like hip hop really, there's no way that Zico's company is not going to do that. And then
yeah,
especially underneath Hive, there's no reason why like
yeah.
in the genre of all their different boy groups who are just like coming back, we've got D8, we have
Mm-hmm.
just TXT, Youngjin just came back. Like it's a slate of all different genres of music, and the
Mm-hmm.
thing that Zico is gonna do is produce a hip hop track. So that like this is exactly what I expected from them,
Mm-hmm.
but it made me go like, oh yeah, they do have to make that shift now because this is what I
Yeah.
expect from a Zico produced boy group.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that
And
is our
so,
K-pop
well,
top five.
yeah, it is. Amazing. So, yeah, that's the top five. We had a whole bunch of different conversations. I
Yeah.
think everything that came out this week on the K-pop side was reflected a little bit in all of the crazy. This has been just this whole entire week has been nothing but great, 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 great music here in America. So I'm just like, hey, I got Sunmi. I got Sunmi. I got to appreciate Lemon Tang, and now it's like, also we got a lot of. Now, Tinashe dropped a song, and I'm not going
I
to talk about the.
I was this close. I was this close, and I was like, not this week, but I was close. I was very close.
Yes, because she's very clearly targeting K-pop now. Now that the album cover is out, and the title of the album is Pop Star, and we got that first music video, and now she's got Crash Out. It's like, ooh, we're telling a story, girl. Like she's never told us a story in her
Yeah.
album before. And so now I'm like, okay, I've this is just Crash Out is a little bit of an appetizer. Now I'm like, I think I want to hear the whole album now because I'm sold. You sold me on the
Mm,
choreography. You sold me on the concept for social media. Crash Out is a good social media like rollout kind of a song to keep
mm,
interest in your like she's making real pop star moves and then to drop the name of the album with this I'm like you're hitting it somewhere and you're just hitting it out the park and then so I was like all right already we've got the internet is has announced that they are coming back when you talk about what is my maybe favorite musical group that now that they've announced a comeback for real, I'm like, yes, they didn't like, they said hiatus and they took a long time so that everybody could do their own music. And at the same time, they're saying, who do we have? We have Steve Lacy put out a teaser for his solo stuff, and we have Sid doing a teaser for her stuff. So it's like, wow, there's so much going on. I was like, all right, there's an album that I missed. I missed Naomi Sharon. This is because I can see that this is gonna get really kind of tough to pick just 2 songs, and I don't want to increase it. So it's like, all right, this is me realizing, all right, I need to really like listen to everything for real that I'm interested in in a timely fashion. So I'm going back to Naomi Sharon. This is her second album that has just come out. She's signed under OVO, Drake's label, and in researching just that one part to be like, all right, where is she at? Because I wanted to think about what musically is even happening here, like what is her nationality and all of that, and that part not important. What is important is this woman is gorgeous, and she is coming for pop star in this album. I feel like in her previous album, she was giving more like that synthy, moody R&B, a piano kind of a vibe. But now she is giving artistic pop star with a performance perspective and a visual perspective. The visuals in her last album, equally amazing, but now she's like, I can dance too. Here we go. Let me show you how I'm gonna dance on this like smooth ass, like Sade-esque vocal performance. She is smooth, she's sultry, she's languishing. I've said languishing a lot. If you can't tell, languishing is kind of my favorite, how I like to have a vocal and the track actually bloom. I want to feel like I'm dropping into water and being like overwhelmed with the ocean of someone's vocals, of their production. And she is like not falling into water, like falling into Jello that is like halfway through being totally solid, where it's like, oh, you can put your finger in and you can feel it all wrap around. And these are actually the lyrics of this is like the text painting that she's doing with the lyrics. She says, she talks about how, ooh, she loves it when you wrap your hands around me as she's whipping her hair and then falling into her own embrace. And it's just, there are only 2 performances, one live performance at a music show, one live performance at Telfar of all places.
Oh, wow.
And she's giving the vocals in Telfar and she's giving the dance at this Edison Awards performance. And the track itself is just mesmerizing and perfect and gold and glistening. I love it. She's my number 1 pick. What's your number 1 pick?
Oh, I mean, that was just so like almost ethereal. So
yes.
it's, well, you could say it is ethereal in a way, but I'm going to go with Pop Sound by Miss Kim Petras. Something, I don't know if I've ever told this story about Kim Petras, but like I have known of her. Of course, I grew up on the internet, but coincidentally, around the time of Tokyo Hotel and my not even knee deep, I was like full to the forehead deep Tokyo Hotel. So I was already in the German music space. So I actually saw Kim Petras' appearance when she came on like a morning talk show talking about she's the youngest person to transition in Germany at the time. And I was like, oh my, and so I followed her since then. So to watch her
Me
go from
too.
that morning talk show, to watch her go from that morning talk show to now being who she is, I'm just like, how has time gone by? We're getting old, but also it has been bop after bop. And something I'm so happy about is that like she's an independent artist again, away from like big label. And I know like some artists strive for that and they want that. And then, you know, some like in her case get that and then are like, you know, I need to go in a different direction. And on top of that, I am so thankful that she crossed paths with Frost children who are actual biological siblings. Did that in the little research. I've seen Frost Children live already twice this year, and I'm so mad that I'm on the wait list right now for their show at Knockdown Center. So if anyone knows how I can get a ticket, I need to see them again. I love Frost Children so much. So I love that she's working with them because they come together to make just this like it's again that vibe of like, and this might just be why I love raving. I just want to be in a dark room with a disco ball and a drink in hand, having the time of my life. And this is that song for me. And for the longest time, I misheard those lyrics on SoundCloud. So when I finally got it on Apple Music and was able to read the lyrics, I was like, oh, that's what she's saying at the end. She's like, I can actually go into it a little bit of what I thought she said and we do have editing capabilities now, I think. So if we need to censor something, then we can. But the actual lyrics are all week. I tweak for your sound, for your sound. When I tell you, and I thought for the long, she's like, I need, and I'll say my nickname for this, a Twinkie for the fame. Like for the longest time, I thought that was the lyric. I thought that was the lyric. And I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, but it's still such a good song because it's just like pop that pop sound and just give me the BPM and just, it's such a good song. And so I'm so happy that she released it on all streaming platforms because I do have multiple subscriptions, but I do like having all my favorite music in one place. So that's my first pick.
So when we talk about what I was like listening to, Kim Petras was another one where on the way home from Diet Dance, I was like, okay, it's time for me. This is the energy I want to feel on like walking from the subway to my home. I'm like, all right, it's time to listen to Pop Sound. And I was like, fuck yes. I was like, my girl is free and she is making good music again. I'm like, thank you. I talk when you talk about a girl who does not need to be her like strapped up by the label because what she is doing is so specifically niche that any label is gonna immediately be like, no, you can't do that though. Even though that's the reason why we got you. We've got this guy over here who's gonna make a bunch of hits for you. And Kim Petras did not need all that. She just needed a check. She needs a check to make her shit. And that is quite literally it. I love this song. I am so ready for to have her making good music again because, and that the end of that track, it's like I love that she's specifically pronouncing it that way because she loves to have a moment in the song where it's like, what did you just say? And we're just like, wow, we are really just saying anything, but also she's saying it that way. That made us probably not what the actual lyrics are. That's how you get a song like Coconut because the way her mind is thinking about lyrics, it's just like but like this is the most commercial of your sound while still maintaining all of the cheek of your actual like lyricism. But now that she's free, she's like, actually, we're in a moment where I can sing however the fuck I want. And I am not saying anything all that crazy, but you guys, I'm going to sing this in a way where you think I'm saying something for the twinks. And that's right. I am doing it for you twinks. Twink out in the club. Yes. Yes. I love it. We are back. This is, and so, yeah, it's a time of comebacks. And my number 2 pick, almost the complete opposite, but to continue with this overall watery feel, I have chosen Infinity Song Hurricane as my non-K-pop pick number 2. I love this band. They're so cute. When I see like they have this Americana vibe, but also like Williamsburg hipster vibe, and that they're like really leaning into that. I'm like, is America really gonna are they really gonna like this in a very similar way to as Chloe and Halle were at the very beginning, where they were really doing indie guitar music with saturated vocals. And Infinity Song is in their Fleetwood Mac era, where it's Fleetwood Mac mixed with Earth, Wind, and Fire. And that is something where it's just like, they're playing their own instruments, but it's also got this acoustic quality that is dancey and soulful and also youthful and vibrant and bright. And it's just, Hurricane is one of those songs that you want to hear if you're at the bar and you want everyone to get on the dance floor, but you don't want people to like dance like that. You just want everyone to vibe out with their drink, be da, 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 a hurricane, and the vocals are great, and the production quality is crisp and clean. So it's this vortex of sound within these four different vocalists, and this funky little like guitar beat and a soft, wonderful drum. It's amazing. These four, I love them. They're musically, we're coming from that Kalala thing, and now with Infinity Song, we're at the vibrance, I think, of like adult contemporary. Same thing with Naomi Sharon. Like, I love adult contemporary production / vocal thing, and we're bringing back that genre a little bit. So what's your number 2 pick?
So my number 2 pick is less from this like dreamy artistry to more I'm on the internet a lot. So there's a song that's been going viral. It's called Freaked Out by Fat Papi and Prodshushy. If I'm saying that wrong, let me know in the comments. Kind of like
That's
producer, but slushy blended together. So I found out about this song through scrolling, and I actually found it from the artist talking about how it went viral because a girl with a bob danced to it. So I actually saw it from the artist post himself, and then I went and was like, who's this woman with a bob? And who I actually came across first was a creator called Glenn Dever, and I've seen his content so many times before because he'll start with like, he has that kind of classic like full mustache, trucker hat, denim jacket of like, I hate when guys wear eyeliner because they don't do it right, and shows the eyeliner and then like does like a whole like makeup routine. So he got a bob and was kind of like recreating, and of course he tagged her and paid homage. And so I was like, okay, like let me see who the original girl is. And she's a British creator. If I'm pronouncing the second part of her name wrong, let me know. But her name's Jocelyn, so I'm guessing Jocelyn Marie. And she's just like this cute little girl because the song is like, it's like, get that bag, and it has this like groove to it, and she just like bobs her bob, and her thing is reasons to get a bob, and she just dances with her bob. And I'm like, you know, I'm sporting the Tracy Ellis Ross cloud bob right now, but but when I get a silk press in the winter, I too will be get that bag with the whole shaking the bob side to side. And I mean, even before those two, there was another creator, and I did not look up his name, and I probably should have. There was a creator who wears like this like black wig, kind of like Dora the Explorer style, but like always does like a side to side swish. Not to this song at all, but it's just like the bob. And honestly, when I think about it, I think about like Eric Sardino with his wigs and bobs. There's I think her name is Sari Jane with her bob wig. A bob wig will not only always be famous, but will always be entertaining and will always be a staple in hairstyles. Like a bob, a nasty bob, or as LeSeraphim said, a cunty bob.
A cunty bob.
Just a bob will do it. And so the bob made the song go viral. And, you know, the actual song itself, because it's like, it's freaked out. You want to like sit on top of a Lamborghini and look like you're cool. But it's still a vibe. And so I love the song itself and the bob trend along with it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's this? I haven't heard of this. Now, first, Glenn Dever. I know him. I follow him, I believe, on TikTok because I just love his cadence of voice. Yeah. He's like, oh, well, I was talking to this goth girl one day, and she had this wonderful makeup, and I had to do her trend. And then it's like his very like Bob Ross, like Midwestern accent, teaching you how to do like a Japanese reverse goth makeup, and he's always got the right accessories at the end of the video to turn it out. He is amazing. So yes, this Bob. And so I went and looked, so I watched the music video, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? And then I was like, oh yes, talk about certain kinds of music videos that will never ever get old. It is white psych background, fancy car, girl with the bob. Girl really just dancing and being sexy. That's quite literally it. That's all you need to like make a moment. And you do that bob, and she was working that bob in that music video. It is so mesmerizing. She is honestly one of the in the Bob Hall of Fame. I do believe just for this. And then I scrolled into the comments, and everybody was like, "Oh, I'm here for the Bob." I was like, "I know that's right. We are all here for this Bob. Let's not even play."
Mm.
Amazing. The song is great. It's one of those just boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Da. Yes, and it's
Freaked out.
that beat. Yes,
Mhm.
and we're like never. For me, I'm from Atlanta. I'm sorry. There's never gonna be I'm not even from Atlanta. I'm from Georgia. I should say that. I you you cannot give me this beat and I'm not gonna love it.
Yep.
So sorry, it is what it is. I love that song. I just do. That's the kind of song that I want to dance to in the club. Now, when a song like that hits the dance floor and it's just freaked out, I'm like, yes,
Yep.
actually, yes, we are freaked out on this dance floor. Let's
Oh
go.
yes.
Ah,
Oh
amazing. So that was
yeah.
our non-K-pop picks of the week. That was I love our musical picks this week. The music was just very musicy.
Mhm.
I love it when it's like that, when I'm like, and I think from here on out until November, it should just be nothing but very good music. We're at
Mhm.
that stage where everybody
Yeah.
knows this is the music buying time, the end
Yeah.
of the summer, into the fall,
Yeah.
into the winter. Those are the magical, miraculous musical moments that everybody wants to snatch us up for.
And then by the time we get to November, you know who wakes back up? It's time.
That's right. Ah, because it wouldn't be the end of the year without Twice coming back with some miraculously disgusting moment. But contract negotiations have hit our girls. It's been 4 years, 2 plus 2. Like I can't.
Then
I
11 total. Goodness.
7. 2 plus 2 plus 7. That is, if you are, for those of you who maybe this is your first like major breakup. Twice you Twice got you into K-pop, and now it's your girls are leaving the company. You probably never expected that this day would come,
Mhm.
especially when you get that first renewal. But you
Mhm.
know, it happens. It happened
Mhm.
very, very quickly, I feel. I feel like I woke up and it was Jihyo is out. And then I had looked back and then I started scrolling. I was like, what? What? Jihyo's out? And I was like,
Mhm.
actually, it's Jihyo and Jui and Junghyun. I was like, what? What? What?
Chaeyoung.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I was like,
Chaeyoung,
I
the
can't
founder.
believe this. Yeah, I'm like, I can't. I was like, is this really happening? I was like, but didn't they announce a comeback? And then I remembered, I had like a Raven Simone moment where I remembered last week there was news that, not news and also kind of a joke. Someone showed up on I think Itzy got asked about Twice while like on a variety show where
Mhm.
they were like, "Oh, what are you guys gonna do?" And
Mhm.
then we got the we got the teaser for the 3 new members of the next girl group,
Our
and it's like,
birthday, yeah.
yeah, I'm like, "Oh, wow." Just like that. Like, that's kinda how you do it. Like, you always try to be like, "Here's the next girl," like, hearts to hearts, right when aespa got into the point where it's like, "Alright, aespa they hit that phase for their 5." This is what SM does. They go 5 years of going really hard, and then at that 5-year mark, they let their
Mhm.
they let their artists get more in control musically, and while also letting them do more of their solo projects, and
Mhm.
then they debut another girl group so that you fight for a little bit about saying, oh well, Hearts to Hearts is getting more attention, but actually in this case SM really kind of let Hearts to Hearts be a late bloomer, while aespa has rolled into this last like year of really like great comebacks off the back of Whiplash. And so now with Twice, it's like, oh no, they it's like, these girls bought them a whole entire building. What
Mhm.
literally are they gonna do without them? We got to see now because the girls are out.
Mhm.
So
I mean, I bet
I
they're well. Again, like, and also I want to say allegedly because a lot of these are still like reported leads, and people are in talks. And then of
Mhm.
course, like you have some of the ones just fighting for their lives in the comments of like, no, well, nothing's confirmed. Our girls are 9 forever, and it's like one of those things of like, not every group is going to stay under the same label forever. Will they come together every once in a while? Hopefully. I hope all 9 members, stay cordial, because sometimes you can't get all of them back. So, but I feel like, at least from what I've noticed, especially that they were willing to sign a 4-year, extension out of that 7-year main contract, at least in my mind, that says that they are willing to come together to work together. So hopefully we'll see them at the either 15th or 20th year tour, performance, single, who knows, concert special. I do think they will get back together as 9 to put something out for fans at some point. But I have a good feeling that some of these girls, you're going to hear engagement announcements, marriage announcements. Some are like, I just want to settle for a little bit. Jiho's going to be here, there, everywhere. I can already feel it. Other members are going to be doing acting. I mean, it's going to be, a new era for these girls, but it's also like they're not girls. Some of them are already 30. You got to remember,
Yeah.
like, phases of life.
Yes. Okay, that is, you say 5 to 10 years. Let's put this out into the world. I think that they are going to be back every year for a song. That's what I truly believe. It feels to me like these girls all like each other enough and want to be twice enough to want to do this at least once a year. I feel like they might not necessarily tour like they used to. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think they are always going to put out a song a year. That's what I think. Like, monetarily, why would you not? Like, especially now that we're seeing that Girls' Generation can come back, like, after, like, and also,
well, again, you might not get all 9 back.
Exactly. You might not get all 9 back. I think even with Girls' Generation, and this is the difference with Twice, I think. And with JYP girls, JYP groups, JYP, if they might not always give you a good song, but what they are going to do is that they're going to make sure that they put together teams that are actual teams. Like, these are groups of musicians, performers, with the exception of Miss and I think it's because they fumbled Miss A so badly that they really just had to do something different with Twice. And also, like, they were fumbling GOT7 at that same time. And it's reflected. GOT7, Day 6, they were fumbling something very specifically in that generation as they were restructuring down from going to all of the subsidiaries that included Big Hit Entertainment. They had to get rid of all of those, like, small imprint studios and then reorganize everything. And I know that the JYP fans really like to complain about Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Well, I mean, this current system is better than what they had before. And what's definitely more successful is you can see that now, again, musically, I believe that these girls are in way more control of their careers in ways that had previously not been seen in the girl groups at JYP. And I think when we look around with the BTS, Twice, Blackpink of it all, I feel like Twice is in way more control of their careers than BTS. Well, BTS and Blackpink. Blackpink, all those girls, they know exactly what they want to do. Are they necessarily successful? That would be my question. I would say Rosé is 100% successful because she had the vision and she knew she wasn't going to be dancing like that. She'll give you a dance pop, but she's not necessarily going to be dancing like that anymore. Jennie is really going for the pop star, and when she's on, she is on, but it's very clear that's like, she does not like, to me.
No, I get what you're saying.
From the looks of me, when she's in Blackpink, she doesn't necessarily like what they're doing. And I can see it for all of them. And Lisa lacks the creative vision. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, the thing is, at least, with Lisa knows how to perform.
Yes, so even when she will be working.
Because even with that tour, and like, because Jisoo was genuinely like, "Oh, I missed this," like, you could tell that on her face. And Lisa, you can almost, well, I'm not gonna make assumptions for what's going on in her head because, again, I don't live in her head. But like, even if she's not feeling 100%, she's still gonna give you a rump shake and a 5, 6, 7, 8. Whereas when Jenny's not feeling it, she's like, I'm not feeling this. We're not doing this. Like it's just
Yes.
but
Yeah,
to
we're
go
not.
back to to go to Twice and Joe IP, like
Mm,
with Joe IP Entertainment for the most part, and of course like in my mind, with the exception of GOT7 and ITZY, unless you want to consider Sunmi before ITZY debuted, like all of their groups have had at least one member just go like away from the group. But the remaining members, for the most part, through the generations, 2 a.m., majority of 2 p.m. You got Seven still promotes as Seven every once in a while, and we'll go to each other's things. Stray Kids, minus the disgraced one that no one liked from the beginning anyway, because their Stray Kids is 8. You know, even NMIX minus the one who left, they might still be on good terms, but you know, NMIX, like they're a unit. ITZY as they are now are a unit, and they even still like do promotions with Sunmi. So like, if there's something that JYP does well, it is that JYP family aspect where it's like we know we're coworkers, but we actually can come back together and work together when we want to. Whereas with other ones, you're like, oh, this was forced in the contract. You know, you can like sense
yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And ITZY, I think, is another indicator where it's like at this point musically they are really hitting their stride. So I think JYP has really set a creative direction for cultivating their artists and making sure that once they hit this legacy point in their lifetime that they're actually making music that is reflective of them, and they
Mm,
have the control. And Twice, quite honestly, they should be on the board of directors. They
yeah.
just should at this point. And if they're not, that's a mistake on their part, because
Mhm.
just quite frankly, they saved the
Well,
they solidified the company in a very
yeah.
specific way.
Well, with
And
Geo, no, finish your thought first.
oh yeah, they solidified the company in a very specific way that made it where JYP was, it made it big three. It was not big three like just because financially everybody was in a weird place. 15 years. Oh,
During that time, yeah.
yeah,
But for
during
me,
that
like
time.
with well, that's why I was
Oh
kind of
no,
surprised with
yeah.
like Jihyo like leaving because I was like in my mind, even if she leaves for her solo artistry, I would be surprised if they didn't at least offer her a director role. Like, after they just did that 20th anniversary special, because she has been at that company for over 20 years. So it's like, can she is she a director, but her solo music is on a different label? Like, is it I that report shocked. So we'll see how the negotiations go. Maybe in the end they'll sort something out. And she's like, I'm staying here for another 20. But you know, some of the other members, I'm like, all right, well, I kind of actually, you know, what else? I'm actually am kind of surprised by Junghyun leaving. Like, if the rumors are true, if the rumors are true, only because of like, again, K-pop companies provide some sense of PR cover when done right. And
Mhm.
when Jonghyun had her like weight gain situation, they could have kicked her out of the group. They could have done something incredibly toxic, like other labels do. But they said, okay, you do what you need to do. When you're ready to come back, we'll have someone make you some custom outfits, so that way you can still be on theme with the rest of the group and still be a part of the group and promote. And so we'll see how negotiations go. But I'm just like, it's one of those things where like I can understand from like more of an outside of Twice thing, but I think again, like in terms of Twice, I feel like all of the members will come back to Twice at some point in their career, whether it's every year or every few. But for individuals break off, but there are certain members where I'm like, I'm shocked you didn't stay a little longer.
Well, to me, Jonghyun, I very specifically, because she is the one who maybe made me a Twice fan. It's her specific type of personality and energy, and also similarly from my pick for Naomi Sharon, what I do love the most is a girl with a lower tone of voice who can
Hmm.
really, really sing. And she really, it's her color of voice in a girl group is what keeps me in these larger girl groups where my auditory attention is drawn to. I want that depth of color in a vocalist in a girl group,
Hmm.
especially if we're going to have more than
Hmm.
four girls. I think you need someone with a warmer, more
Hmm.
chesty, lower raised tone. And she has always been there. And so, because of that, because I always just specifically am looking for her and listening for her. the way specifically all of that happened, to me, that was the first indicator that, okay, you guys do need to pause on schedules, maybe. Like that's the point where if this is happening, and that's where I kind of feel like even with Leah, you kind of failed because, well, the two different things happen with Twice and with Itzy. Where with Twice, because there was a weight gain and everything going on with it, they, in order to maintain that family kind of situation, you can't do anything. And I feel like, personally, for me, as someone who watched all of the promotions, I feel like they were not really doing her justice at the beginning of trying to figure out what to do with
No,
her size
it took
change.
trial and error 1000%.
And so in that part, I feel like they failed, but she was a professional coming in and out with the injury, with also the mental toll on all of it and the fan reaction to it. I also don't feel like they did too well on really culling the fan reaction and setting a tone. I feel like the girls did a great job, and that is the reason why it didn't go south. And that's the reason why I feel like we're still going to get more music from them more than, say, Girls' Generation, because it feels like these 9 girls really do care about each other. Even with What's-Her-Face wearing all these t-shirts back and forth, because to take that back to the first, yes, but I don't want to talk about that. But it's, they like really do. They've stayed a unit and allowed everybody to have their own personality and personal lives and personal relationship to their music and how they bring it to the group. Seeing them on their stages at the concert, everybody's solo stage was, everybody who did a solo stage and wanted to do a solo stage had great stages, and great stages that were very much in line with musically where I feel like they should go. And when they got their solo moments, they all went down that path. So it is very JYP. And to that level, I think maybe Junghyun she's happy to make the music as a part of a group, because realistically, her tone of voice is not necessarily gonna really sell that much in Korea. And I liked her Lizzo-ish song. I actually really, really loved it. She performed it very well. It was perfectly like in the time and space and actually the popularity of what was going on. And it was a hit, but like, I don't think she really necessarily wants to be making solo music like that outside of at a Twice concert. And I love that, because that's a reason for me to want to go and see them on tour, because I want to see what her solo stage is going to be. Because if it seems like I'm not going to get it anywhere else, it will be on tour, and that's a reason to go on tour.
Well, actually, it's funny that you mentioned Miss T-shirt, because that just reminded me of, it's a little bit of a tangent / anecdote, but because we were talking about Cunty Bobs, remember when she cut her hair, didn't tell the company?
Yes. When you talk about what I love, that is when you're the girl with long hair and we already have our Cunty Bob girl, and you say, no, I'm going to get a cuntier Bob though. That I kind of love. It is AOA coded. It is very much like, I gotta be the star no matter what coded, but you know, I like that tension a little bit in a girl group. And to compare them to Girls' Generation, Girls' Generation has also had a very competitive nature within them. That's similar to Shiny as well, where it's like everyone is a star in that group, and it's just very much like, who is the company going to choose to promote at the moment, and nobody really has hard feelings over it, and everybody went separate who wanted to go separate, and they have their careers. And I think everybody who left SM has a great career, honestly. So for me as a Girls' Generation fan, I'm like,
those who left SM with some dignity.
But even the one who didn't, because it's just What's-Her-Face, Jessica, right?
I'm talking about boys too.
Oh, boy. Well, here's the thing. I said this before, and I will say this all the time. You cannot trust the boys leaving groups. You can always trust when the girls leave SM.
Yes.
The boys is always a manner of SM likes the patriarchy, will uphold the patriarchy in that company, especially if they are talented or pretty members.
Yeah.
From Super Junior all the way on down.
To
It's
EXO, to
just
NCT.
Shiny is the only case where that's not true. And I
Yeah.
would say it's the opposite for the girl groups, where it's like the company puts the girls through the ringer. The girls like each other, but they might not necessarily. They have very realistic ideas about what's going on in the company, so they make the
Mhm.
decision that's best for them, and it never seems to be too hard feelings.
Mhm. Mhm.
The kind of difference is actually Girls' Generation, but now we're at 15 years and 15, 20, we're going into the 20th
We're
year.
going into the 20th, yeah.
Yeah, we're like going into the 20th year. Now it's like, hey, we were actually the best at this, aren't we? And we're entertaining in a way that individually the girls just can't do, and talented in ways that the girls just don't do. You don't cultivate. There was very something special
Mhm.
about the second gen girls, where what it
Mhm.
took to actually go viral and go viral to hit
Mhm.
all the way into just internet memes of things was
Yeah.
so much harder, and everybody is just on a different level. Twice, the third generation that YouTube would like using YouTube as the kind
Mhm.
of conveyor for that. Twice they have those personalities where it's like these are girls that just don't come around that often,
Mhm.
who also can work in a group together and
Yeah.
musically coexist in a similar lane, so that they're always making pop masterpieces,
Yeah.
looking ways that that no girl group can just get away with looking, because it's
Mhm.
a part of you have to be that girl and know you are that girl to be wearing
Mhm.
these Harlequin bell bottoms next to this girl wearing
Yeah.
like vertical stripes. Like
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
uh, it's just they are one of the best to ever do it, and they have proven that they will be the best. And take a rest, but once a year,
Yeah.
please. Please.
Take a rest, don't
Please.
disappear.
Yes, don't disappear. Just one song. Just one song. You don't have to perform live. You don't have to perform live for 3
Mm.
years.
Well, I wouldn't put
You
it
just
past JYP to have like enough pre-recorded stuff that they have not released to then release a track while we wait for the comeback.
Yes, the way that Stray Kids is always like
Yes.
every 3 weeks they've got different hair colors, and have
Yes.
seemingly once a comeback has happened, you're like, oh, based off of the hair colors, I know that this was filmed a year ago.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what? How?
Whether
What
Felix
is
is blonde or black
actually?
hair, you could.
Yes, whether like especially when Hyunjin shaved his head, and
Yeah.
then it was like,
Yeah.
when did they film all of this? It's like that is just I personally love it. I
Mhm.
personally love it because for the parasociality of it, I don't like to be too much into the chats and everything, but I like to put the pieces of the puzzle together in that way.
Yes.
Being like, all right, what are the video teasers looking like?
Yep.
When were hair colors changed?
Yep.
They were doing this at this point. So musically, what are we doing? Okay, this is the theme for the tour. Lovely, delicious. I love it.
Yes.
Amazing. That's a concept. Concept.
Concept.
Concept. Concept. Ah, that was amazing. And just like that, we are done with the bonus track. And
Bonus track.
that's it for this week's K-pop Top 5. K-pop Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I am, as always, Ms. DJ McIver on all social media. Ms. DJ, not Ms. DJ McIver, just djmciver.com. I will be at I Love Dance this coming Sunday. When will this come out? We'll see. Thank you, Yvette, for being such a lovely editor. That's that credit. She's new on the team. She is allowing this to come out so much faster and so much prettier. I am Ms. DJ McIver at Ms. DJ McIver, djmciver.com. Teacher of diet dance at I Love Dance Studios, Sundays at 6 p.m., hybrid online, and Tuesdays and Thursdays in Manhattan. Angelica, where can we find
And
you?
I am Angelica, AMW Loves. I am a corporate girly by day, but I'm a yoga instructor on the weekends. You can find me at Form and Flow, usually on Sunday at 11:30. All of that stuff is on my Instagram and website, AMW Loves on it all. And just for common ground listeners, because I just got this news in, because Mercury retrograde and this new moon in Cancer had my class delayed, but not denied, as we say. Well, it actually rarely happens that these classes get rescheduled, but so fortunate that September 9th, Wednesday, 6 p.m., if you want to do yoga in Bryant Park, we can do it together. And I won't say this every single week because I don't want to beat you over the head with it, but just thought I'd break the news here first.
You may not want to beat them over the head with it, but I don't mind. I'm clipping this out, and we are promoting our classes. That is what this is for. We know what we're talking about. Have a healthy relationship to your bodies like us, and you can dance forever. Yes. Yeah. And so that's it. Thank you guys so much. That's the K-pop top 5 for the week. See ya.